Hi everyone, welcome back to Learn English with Erica. We're here today to learn about taking an Uber or a Lyft or a taxi, or otherwise known as ride shares. Are you ever nervous when you're trying to use your phone to order a Lyft or an Uber? Well, hopefully after today you won't be. Today we're going to learn how to order a ride, confirm your driver, and also give directions politely when you're in the actual car. So let's get started. Now, ordering a ride. Usually you'll be doing this on your phone through an app. Okay, there's a Lyft app, there's an Uber app. Both of them, depending on where you are, what time of day, they may have similar pricing or one might be more or less expensive. So I have both downloaded on my phone and I always check both and I go with whichever one is less expensive for the time. So when I order a Lyft or an Uber, I do it on my phone and it gives you the driver's information, and you are usually supposed to send a picture into the app so that the driver knows what you look like and so forth. But there's still some things that could go wrong. So when the driver is coming towards you, you can usually see a little route on your phone. It'll tell you how far away your driver is. But you might have to say, can you pick me up at? So if you're in a busy place and it's not just a corner of a street or the front of a hotel, you might have to say, can you pick me up at the side entrance? Or can you pick me up at the tree next to the sign, or whatever. So you might have to say, can you pick me up at a certain place, right? Sometimes you order a Lyft or an Uber, you're still in the actual place where you work, a hotel, a restaurant. You might see them pull up and they might text you that they're here. You can say, I'll be ready in 5 minutes, could you wait? Or I will be down in 3 minutes, could you please wait? Or you might be waiting for a long time and have to ask them, how long until you arrive? How long until you arrive? If it's taking too long, there might be a problem. You might have to cancel that ride and ask for another. When they do arrive, maybe you see them across the street at a different corner and they might say, I'm here, where are you? So you might say, I'm standing by the restaurant. I'm standing by the red car on the corner. You could say, I see you, you are on the other side of the street. Should I cross? Should I cross the street? So even though it's through an app, sometimes there'll be some texting back and forth, so you'll have to know some of those essential phrases. Now, once you have the driver, your car right in front of you, make sure that you confirm your ride. Make sure you're getting into the right car. You can say, are you here for your name? So I would say, are you here for Erica? And they would say yes, and then you get in. You could also, because you should have their name on your phone in the app, are you Joseph? Are you Maria? Okay, and hopefully they'll say yes. They also should have a little sign in the front of the car, whether they're an Uber or a Lyft. That helps a lot because you know which app you ordered from, so you know what you're waiting for. You might also have to let them know what you're wearing, right? So maybe they're pulling up and you see them and they don't see you. You could say, I'm wearing the gray jacket. I'm wearing the black shirt. I'm wearing a hat. Just something to identify you, right? So it's really important. Order the ride, then confirm the ride. And then once you're in the car, you may have to give extra directions. Now, of course, you put in your destination, the place that you want to go. They know that. That's how they know how much to charge you. The app knows how much to charge you. But you might say, can you drop me off at the back door? Can you drop me off at the corner instead of at the door? So you may have to give them more specific directions once you get to the place. So could you drop me off here? Could you drop me off on the next street, please? Okay, so there might be a little bit of a shift in directions. Also, they may not take the quickest route, so you might say something like, could you take the highway, please? Could you take the highway, please? Or, I don't like the highway. Could you please go the back way, or the side streets? Okay, that's a way of saying like to go through the city instead of on the highway. You might see where you want to be dropped off and they're looking. You might want to say something like, oh, this is fine right here. This is perfect. Could you drop me off here? This is perfect, right? Or this is fine. Or you might say, oh, that's the front of the hotel. Could you take the next right and drop me off at the back? Or my car is around the corner. Could you take me there on the next street or something? And finally, small talk. While you're in the car, some drivers don't like to say anything. Some passengers don't like to say anything, but other people might feel strange not talking at all. Also, it's the perfect time to practice your English language, right? So small talk is something that you do that has nothing to do with the actual like place that you are, right? Necessarily. It might just be about the weather. It might be about where you're going, whatever. So some of the things that you might be able to say to them, you might ask them, oh, is this a busy time or a busy area for rides? Do you get very busy, right? You can also ask just, how's your day going? How is your day going today? Or you might give them a little information like, this is my first time in this city. This is my first time in the city. What do you recommend to do? Or what are your favorite spots here in the city? So those are some things that you should know when you're trying to order a Lyft or an Uber or even a taxi for that matter. But it's really important that you know how to order a ride, chat with the person that's driving, and then also identify yourself, confirm your driver, and then maybe have a couple of phrases ready, like here is good or here is perfect, right? And of course, practice that small talk. That's how you get better at English, right? Well, I hope that was helpful, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in my next video. And please share this, like, comment, let me know. Is it easy for you to use an Uber or a Lyft? Do you even have an Uber or Lyft system in your country? Some don't. Or do you use taxis? Or do you just use public transportation? If so, go ahead and watch my public transportation video. That might be helpful too. See you next time.